Welcome to Backyard Family Fun, the podcast from Pride Pool, Spas, and Leisure Products in Claxton and Savannah, Georgia. Celebrating 50 years serving our community, this family-owned business has spent decades helping create memories that last a lifetime. Whether you're a pool owner, a spa lover, or just looking to turn your outdoor space into a true retreat, we've got you covered right here on the Backyard Family Fun podcast. And as a crazy awesome deal for our Backyard Family Fun podcast fans, you get 10% off anything inside either location in Claxton and Savannah, excluding pools, hot tubs, or saunas when you mention the podcast. That's all you have to do. Go and visit the Claxton or Savannah Pride pools, mention the podcast, and get 10% off. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Welcome back to Backyard Family Fun, brought to you by Pride Pool, Spas, and Leisure Products. I'm Dee Daniels, the producer, and we're in the Claxton location for this episode. Very excited to be sitting down with the one and only Alex Smith. Thank you for coming back and having another good chat.
Yes, great to be back.
This particular episode, I'm really excited to talk about because we haven't done much of a deep dive into the service and maintenance side of Pride Pools, which is a huge side of Pride Pools. I love the phrase that really sums it all up for me is service after the sale. Mm-hmm. That's so important, I think, especially when, you know, the Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Smith walking in and knowing that they have somebody behind the product,
yes.
You know,
yes.
It means so much.
It does. It really does. So, you know, we found out when we started initially building pools back in 1975 that, you know, eventually we're going to have to go back to work on these pools. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's unintended, but obviously most come up with a service department. And, you know, and primarily the service department is created due to a need because you installed an in-ground pool, something, you know, not that's going to break, something's
right.
going to break, but you might need to go back and service the pump or the filter or something to do, or just maintenance, you know, taking care of the pool for the customer. And so we there was a need that came out of that. And so, but it's evolved over the years. And not only do we service the pools that we build, but we also service other pools as well. And what I mean by that is, you know, we do weekly maintenance, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll take care of the pool for you. You can forget about it. We'll come there once a week, once every other week. We'll service it. We'll maintain it, treat it, take care of it for you. But if you do need other things with the pool, like if you have an in-ground vinyl pool and you need the liner replaced,
right?
We do that. So we offer in-ground liner replacements, and not only for our pool, but it's for other pools as well. And but also there's concrete decking poured around all of our pools. So whether it's a fiberglass pool or a vinyl pool or a concrete pool, believe it or not, we've been in business for so long that, believe it, we did build concrete pools
right.
At one time. It was short-lived. We found out what we're good at. We found out everybody's got their niche in this industry. And whatever industry you're in, you'll find out that you have a particular niche that works for you.
Yeah.
And, you know, in the computer world, either you're a great repair guy or a coder or a programmer, but you found your niche that works for you in that industry. So that's what happened with us in the in-ground side of it. So we found out that fiberglass pools and vinyl liner pools we could build. We could take the same crew and build both pools. Concrete pool, it requires a different crew, a different set of tools, a different set of skills. And, you know, we just found out that we were good at those two in-ground type pools. And so that's kind of how things evolved. You know, we tried it back in the late 90s, building concrete pools, and we kind of focused on the commercial side of building pools, and we did that for a few years. So there's some concrete pools out there that we installed. That being said, if we installed it, we had to know how to work on it. We had to know how to service it. And I guess that's where I come in, because I was around when we built the pools.
Right, right.
And, everybody that works here, that's been working, employed with Pride Pools over the years, they have learned the trade by all the type products that we sell and that we've installed. And again, our primary in-ground pools is the fiberglass and vinyl. However, we do repair concrete pools. And so if you need the pool replastered, you need it retiled, you need any type of work, we can help you with that. So that's part of our service department. And I talked a long ways around to get there, but
But you got there.
But I got there. But the whole idea is to let the customer know that we can service. If you don't have a vinyl or fiberglass and you have a concrete pool, we can help you.
Right.
And so anything inside that pool, we can refinish it. We can help you. Like I say, we can bring it back, give it a facelift, bring it back to where it originally was, except the pool was 20, 30 years old. And most all pools have some type of decking around the perimeter of the pool. Fiberglass pool, vinyl pool, and a concrete pool both have type. So we service the concrete decks. So if it's a concrete deck, that's what we pour around all of our pools. Again, over all the years, there's pavers and there's different types of stone, and there's just so many different products that you can put around the perimeter of the pool.
Right, right.
But we just found out that concrete decks are it's something that's durable and it will last long, and it's something that you can service down the road to bring back to life and to make it look like it's brand new.
Yeah.
And so we offer that as well. So if you've got a pool that we built 20, 30, 40 years ago or more, and you need a little facelift on your pool deck, we do that. So we offer a lot of aftermarket product that can make that cool deck. And majority of all the pools that we have built, it's been a cool deck application.
Right.
So we pour the concrete, and then we apply this knockdown texture finish. It's called cool deck. And there's other textures that we have as well that's called a knockdown texture, but it's very, very, very similar product to the cool deck. And it holds up very well, and that you can put color seals over it, and you can change the color of it. But we do that again. We have a renovation department and our service side of it that can come out there and take a look at an in-ground vinyl pool that needs a new liner replacement. We can help you with that. If you need to do a sand change in the filter, you need to upgrade your pump to a variable speed pump, whatever it might be, we can help you with that. So we offer that service. We felt like that has evolved over the years of us building in-ground pools. And we felt like that if we didn't build the pool, we can still help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, we're familiar with a lot of the structure of how the pool is built, the type walls that are behind your vinyl liner, and also your fiberglass. So if any of those pools that we've installed and you need service after the sale, that's what our service department does.
Yeah.
We really focus on that. So if there is some type of different style liner that you want a different pattern and you want a different look, we can do that.
Yeah.
So, 10 years after you get your liner and you want a different look to the water or a different color to the water, we have another liner that you can put in there to make it look brand new. So that's part of our service side of it. That's the renovation. Then, of course, we have the maintenance side of it,
Right.
Where we come out there and vacuum it, treat it, clean it on a weekly or every other week basis.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it gives us a lot of choices when it comes to our service side of things. And of course, we have full-time repair. So if we're maintaining the pool and you need some work done on your pump or your filter, or you have a leak, or if there's something going on with the pool that maybe a light fixture that's not working, or that maybe you need some work on the coat paint, or you need something done with the upgrade to the control system. We have a full-time repair service department that can do that.
Which is amazing. I mean, I was just thinking about the leak detection and repair piece of it. How does the professional leak detection work? How does that?
So it is. It's very unique. It requires a lot of troubleshooting, you might want to say.
Right.
So when you got a vessel of water, whether it's a fiberglass, concrete, or vinyl, there's certain methods to troubleshoot to eliminate the process of elimination. You have what they call a static leak detection, and then you have a full-out leak detection, which requires pressure, like we'll pressure test the plumbing.
Right.
So it requires pressure testing the plumbing and diving to take a look at the vessel if there's issues with a static leak, like it could be a leaker on the light or maybe a tear in the liner. It could be something does not require a lot of repair. And so we do leak detection on the pools that we've installed because there's a variety of pools out there. And there's a lot of people that specialize in leak detection, believe it or not. I mean, they full-time do leak detection because of the variety of pools that are out there.
Right.
But we feel like that our service department has kind of honed in to the two type pools that we build. So we've gotten pretty good. We got some good guys that know how to troubleshoot, process elimination, talking to the homeowner, kind of getting an idea about how often it leaks and how much does it leak, and we can kind of pinpoint it. But leak detection, there is what we call a leak detection process, and like I say, we can do a full bore leak detection process, or we can just do a dive where it does not require a full out plumbing test. So that kind of helps. It helps a little bit, but it kind of gets a little bit tricky, I guess you might want to say, when it comes to leak detection. So we jump right into it. We don't mark it, come back. How much does it leak? Does it leak this much, that much? We kind of come out with the process of elimination. And usually when we're done, we're going to tell you whether it was a hole in your liner or it was a leak in your plumbing.
Right. Right.
And so, or it could be just, like I said, a static leak, the leak in the liner. It could be the light. It could be a variety of static leak things, but we usually will try to resolve it then and there. And because a leak can be a real pain to deal with sometimes. And sometimes people say, well, I'll just keep adding water. They're on a well, and, they're not having to deal with the community water or city water.
Right.
So, it don't really cost me anything to add water, right? So I just add water to it when I need to.
Yeah.
Yes and no. So I'm on a well out where I'm at, but, the pump does have to come on for your well. You're going to have a little bit of electricity bill, not much, but some. However, since you brought up leak detection, Dee, it can be more detrimental than just adding water.
Right.
Meaning that, water test. You bring in water test, and if you're always adding well water or community water, it's not going to be balanced like your swimming water, okay?
Right.
Now, when you add that fresh water, it's throwing off everything else.
Yeah.
So what will happen, and you don't really realize it until it's probably done too late, but adding this fresh water is not a big deal. I just top it off every few days. It's affecting the finish of your pool. So you'll shorten the life of your liner. You'll shorten the life of the finish of the pool. So if you got a plaster pool, or again, concrete pool has a plaster finish, what will happen is it will start kind of etching and destroying that finish. And if you go long enough with a leak, and you can go just a couple of seasons, which is a year or two, adding water, and sometimes it'll slow down. You'll top it off, slow down. Well, what's happening is you get debris over the hole. You get leaves, or this time of year you get leaves, and they say, well, it seemed to have stopped. It's not leaking no more.
Right.
Well, no, it just kind of been plugged off by debris.
Right.
And so it doesn't start back leaking till later on. So that does create problems with the finish of the pool. So you'll replace your liner a lot quicker than
Ah,
you normally would.
yeah.
So you're adding all this fresh water. It throws off the balancing of your pool chemicals, and before you know it, you lost the pattern of your liner.
You got a
And that-
bigger problem.
Yes, and that's a
Yeah.
beautiful pattern.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you just put a brand new liner in,
Oh,
and all of
yeah.
a sudden a leak developed.
Yeah.
So, and we're not want to focus on any detriment part of it, but we just like to let you know if you do have a leak. Usually, this is the time of year when you'll find it, meaning that the pool kind of goes dormant a little bit,
Sure.
and you're not using it as often, and you'll find yourself looks like the pool started leaking. Well, it may have been leaking all along. You didn't really know it
Right.
because you thought it was splash out, or you thought it was evaporation, or you thought it was like backwashing, rinsing. You just thought it was numerous things, but really you was losing water. And so my recommendation, if you are losing any water, and a good rule of thumb is if you're losing more than an inch within 5 to 7 days, inch of water, you probably have a leak. So that's the rule of thumb.
Right.
You can go without rain. And if it doesn't rain, all of a sudden a couple of weeks go by without any rain and you notice that your water level is dropping, you're going to lose some evaporation.
Sure.
But again, topping off the pool, if you want to have to add about an inch or so of water to the pool, then it's probably not a leak. But you'll know if usually when we walk up to a pool and maybe a renovation project manager came out to take a look at it and he sees the garden hose laying over the deck, sitting in the pool, and it's been there probably longer than it should be, that means they're just adding water as needed.
Yeah.
So that's probably not good.
Not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Yeah.
So my recommendation is go ahead and nip it. Nip it. Don't let the water. Don't let your leak detection, or excuse me, don't let your leak go on too long. Sometimes you're not able. Some people can't fix it right away. I get that sometimes, but you do not want it to go on for a long duration because it will cost you a lot more money down the road due to the erosion of the liner or the plaster or even the fiberglass. So you got a fiberglass finish on the fiberglass pool. The acrylic, the color, it can start getting watermark. It can start getting buildup. It can start having issues with that. So adding fresh water to the pool, believe it or not, is more of a detriment than an asset.
Yeah.
So certainly take a look at that. That's just part of our service department. It's kind of, when we're building pools way back in the day and we need to go back to take a look at what we have built, I was part of that crew that went back to troubleshoot to find the issue with the pool. So if it had a leak, we kind of had to figure it out what happened, what's going on. If the pump didn't work, something wrong with the motor, the filter. So I kind of became a service guy just because you had to.
Sure.
You had to figure things out for the customer.
Right.
You don't want the customer to go without getting the problem resolved. So we certainly, so then training come about. So we started getting some technical training through the association that we become members of. And back then it was in the NSPI, then it went to the APSP, then it went to, now it's PHTA. Mm-hmm. And that's the association that we're members of, and they offer a lot of educational classes and technical support.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Wow. And I'm just thinking about just how valuable that is. I mean, to be able to come in and, ask all your questions. Another thing, let's say you got something going wrong with, you're hearing your pump make a certain noise, or you're hearing this, it doesn't sound right. If there's a part that I can bring in and say, this is something's not going right here. Is that, can that be dealt with when we bring it in ourselves?
Yes, it's very helpful, very helpful. I may have mentioned it on one of the other episodes that we track everything with the pool that we build. And what I mean by that is we have images. So during our the project of the pool being built, project manager takes images from the very beginning during, and the end. And we know exactly how that pool's built, and we know exactly what's on that pool when it comes to equipment, plumbing, everything you might. So the homeowner brings the part in. More than likely, we probably have it because we installed it.
That's right.
More than likely. However, if they're not sure and they don't bring the part in, and they just kind of say, that thingamajigger that goes to whatchamacallit, that you know that thing, and we kind of ask specifically, and they'll say, well, it's the filter over there, and well, the filter becomes the pump, and the filter becomes the pump, and the pump becomes the filter. But the homeowner doesn't know that because that's not their job.
Right.
However, it's our job to troubleshoot and to figure that out with them. So if they bring the part, that's even better. If they don't know the part, then we'll show them pictures. And we have images of, is this your pool? So if we ever been out to your home and serviced it, we have all your images on our file, in your file. Your account is got all these images of where we've been out, serviced the pool, and that's really is invaluable.
Yeah,
so
I bet.
the customer's trying to find a particular part that goes to their pump. If they need a skimmer basket, just don't know this type of skimmer basket that it is, we can look and say, well, no, it's that brand there that goes into your skimmer. So we really narrow it down. So if we ever installed it, we have record. If we did not install it and you still need a part, that's okay. Bring it in, or we can show you pictures or images of pools that's similar to what you have, or equipment that's similar to what you have. And if we don't have it, we can order it if we don't have it in stock. So we become really, really good with that side of it. We don't want the homeowner to not be serviced if they need to run their pool. The last thing we want to do is have green water. We don't want green water.
We don't want that.
We want crystal clear
That's
blue
right.
water.
That's right.
That's for sure.
That is absolutely right. Well, I'm excited about really having folks be able to just walk in the door, ask their questions all the time. Of course, you can do that at either location, Claxton or Savannah. And maybe, you need to schedule some sort of repair, or, that can be really helpful too, to
Yes.
sort of get ahead of something and say, I know I need this. Can I get
That's
on?
right.
Can I get on the
That's
schedule?
correct. So if you need a repair, we have a service coordinator who's been with us for years, and office manager in service been for a long time as well. So if you're not sure about servicing your pool, we'll have record of it. You can ask either person in service, and we can certainly get you in the right direction of someone coming out there and resolving your problem. One thing I forgot to mention is that everybody is CPO, certified pool operator. So we're talking about the membership, and we're a member of the association that's part of this industry, and we're also another member of the buying group, and that's United Aqua Group is the name of it, and it's an elite member of pool companies like ourselves throughout the whole country, and we come together every year, once a year, and have a conference, and we share and we network. We give ourselves ideas, suggestions, thoughts, how we can solve problems moving forward. So, we give scenarios to one another. How did you take care of this situation? How did you take care of that? That's when you're amongst professionals and you're able to network like that, it's becomes so valuable where you can't get that education anywhere else. But we also do in-house training. So we'll have the manufacturer of like Hayward or Pentair or one of the manufacturers will come in and give our own training in-house. So they'll train our technicians and train our maintenance staff on what we should look for when it comes to troubleshooting. So we're an authorized service center for Hayward, all the major Pentair, what they call Jandy, Polaris. We are an authorized service center for all those major brands, and we do business with all those people. So if there's an issue that you have, we have technicians that are certified to come out and to repair that. And that's kind of took a life of its own because, again, you install pools, you should service it. if you're not going to service it, there's going to be a problem. Or the homeowner is going to want someone to resolve their problem.
Absolutely.
And if you can't come in and get the part you need, then technician can come out there and fix it ourselves. So that becomes something that homeowners expect from us, and that's a service that we love to provide. And this actually is one of the major arms of our company. So we got the construction side of it that handles the in-grounds, pool construction, and of course we got the retail that handles the 2 locations of retail, and then of course our service. So service is a very integral part of what we do here, and it's everybody that is part of it is very, very important to everything that we do. And without the service department, you're just kind of dead in the water.
Right.
You're not resolving anything. So, but troubleshooting and problem solving is what we do.
Yeah.
When it comes to that. So if we don't have a problem, then we don't know what to do.
Exactly.
If everything's working, then no one don't have anything to do.
That's right.
And that's not usually the case if you've been around as long as we have. Usually. Something always broke.
Something's always got to be
something's going wrong.
Got to be tweaked and fixed, and
That's true.
Something's always got to be. Well, that really does just give a whole big view and a really just, I think, a really nice. A nice view to customer service, because it's really a full service is what it is.
It is. We believe in that 1%. Now, in the service world, I wouldn't dare sit here and tell you everybody that we service is 100% satisfied. That would be, and for anybody to say that would be wrong. I mean, be realistic about it. But we certainly try to go out of our way to be certain that we've done everything we could to resolve the problem. So we do take it to that level, and if there's something that's not right, talk to a manager. We'll resolve it. We'll try our best to get ahead of it and to nip it, as they may say.
That's right.
Nip it.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, phone numbers, locations, all of that in the show notes of this episode. So make sure you click those links and get all your questions answered. Full service all the way around here at Pride Pools, Claxton location or the Savannah location. Alex, always a good time to sit down and chat with you. Thanks for giving us all the details and
Sure.
thanks for doing what you do. You're kind of like you're an investigator, really, is what you are.
Well, I guess you could say that.
Right?
I don't know. Depends on what I find when I'm investigating, right?
True.
We hope it's
That's true.
Hope it's something good.
That's true.
But
That's true.
we have had our share of When I say investigation, you talked about earlier about, hey, you just bought a home, and I've always said people are out there looking for a pool. There's not a lot of pools in people's backyards in this region in the Southeast, so they're having to install a new pool. However, if you're out there looking and searching, and a lot of people they'll be searching for homes, but they're looking for, does it have a pool? So I always say that the home that came with the pool, we can certainly come out and take a look at that pool, and it is unique and different. Not everybody has the in-ground pool in the backyard. However, if you need it inspected, if you need to know more about that pool before you purchase the pool, and the home does come with it, hopefully it does, that you want to be certain it's the right pool, or you want to be certain there's no issues with your pool.
That's right.
So that's where we come in,
Yeah.
and we'll do the whole gamut of the inspection and profile it and be certain that, so whether we built the pool or not, we offer that as well. So it's a unique service, but I think if you're in the market of owning a pool in the backyard or even a spa, it doesn't really matter. We can do the profile or inspection prior to you purchasing it. That's a service that we offer.
Absolutely.
We offer that. So
Absolutely.
It is. It's a little bit different side of the service side of things, but it is unique, and you want to be certain that you're getting the right backyard. So that pool that's there You just don't want long-term issues with it.
Right.
And that's where we can come in and help you with that.
Absolutely. Well,
sure.
it's always good to know that service is at the forefront of it all when you walk into Pride Pools. Alex, always a good time. Thanks for sitting down.
Thank you, Dee.
Let the celebrations continue. The team at Pride Pools is excited to give you a huge anniversary special. Actually, 3 of them. To celebrate 50 years all year long, you can get up to $10,000 in savings on 3 anniversary fiberglass pools. There are 3 sizes to choose from: the backyard size, the family size, and the fun size. How cool is that? So stop by the Claxton or Savannah locations of Pride Pools or go to pridepools.com for more information. Thanks for listening. Come by and meet your local pool and spa experts in Claxton on Highway 280 West or in Savannah on Gateway Boulevard South, or go to pridepools.com. If you love backyard family fun as much as we do, be sure to give us a rating and review and subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you have a question or topic you'd love for us to cover, drop us an email, info@pridepools.com, or tap the links for Facebook or Instagram in the show notes of this episode. We'd love to hear from you. Now let's go make a splash and have some backyard family fun.
Pride Pool.